sports.
We are the Force. We are MC.
Royals baseball from Camden Yards in Baltimore, where we had a very rare low-scoring game last night. The Orioles walked off the Royals in Game 1, winning 2-1. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. Last night was described as that's just baseball. Danny Duffy had been great. Ubaldo Jimenez numbers had been ugly, and it ended up being a pitcher's duel. Tonight, Dylan Bundy's numbers have been ugly, and Ian Kennedy's been really good in his last 8 starts.
Don't like the pattern so far in these first 2 games, Rhino, but I can tell you that the Royals will find a way to get it done. Ian Kennedy's toeing the slab. He's been outstanding. His last 8 starts, whoa, he's been tough. 3.26 ERA, the record's nice. Believe that. They're looking for wins, but Kennedy, he challenges hitters. He knows he's got a good chance when he uses that defense behind him. They have the best fielding percentage in the game of baseball. Hey, he's figured it out. He's consistent and he's good.
The Royals did not homer last night after having the 4th most home runs in the league in July. A new month begins tonight. Kansas City is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all, for less. It is a muggy night. There was a lot of rain, so no on-field batting practice, but the rain is gone. The clouds have opened up, and we have a nice, comfortable night at Camden Yards in Baltimore. And this has been a comfortable month for the Royals. They begin August 2 games back of the Indians. The Indians are in Boston. They have to face Chris Sale tonight. So 2 games for the Royals and their deficit in the American League Central. But this has been their month. Our Academy Sports and Outdoors leaderboard, if you go back to the beginning of 2013, the Royals, not the Dodgers, the Royals have the best August record. And last year, the Royals had the best record in the American League in the month of August. Late arriving crowd because of the weather and because of some traffic. A little over 20,000 were here last night for the Orioles walk-off victory, beating the Royals 2-1. And Ubaldo Jimenez, Michael Givens, and Zach Britton held the Royals to 1 run, 5 hits. The Royals scored a run in the first inning and then were scoreless over the next 8. And Ned Yost is going to go with the exact same lineup tonight and try their luck against another pitcher who has some ugly numbers coming into tonight, right-hander Dylan Bundy.
Yeah, I think the Royals are schooled enough, and these guys got enough experience in them that they don't look at the overall numbers. They just try to focus pitch to pitch. You do look at the numbers, and if you look at his, he's just under a 5 ERA. That's not very good. And this is his first real solid year for them, his first full-time year. Fastball, slider, changeup, curveball. The fastball gets hit around a little bit, 305 clip. That slider definitely is his go-to pitch. He'll go to that when he gets 2 strikes. He has had a hard time finishing guys off with 2 strikes, though. Hopefully the rallies will be early and often. They got a new player, Tim Beckham. He's acquired yesterday from the Rays. A very good athlete. We saw him with Tampa Bay. He's got some pop. He can hit for power. He's a good fit for this ballpark, and he's not a bad shortstop. To play second, a little bit of third.
Johnny Giavotella was designated for assignment to make room for Tim Beckham. So, as always, we wish the best for Johnny, the former Royal. That's the crew chief, Ted Barrett, his 20th year as a Major League umpire. Angel Hernandez in his 25th year will be behind the plate. John Tumpane at first. Sean Barber is at second.
It's nice of the umpires to wear our colors, wasn't it? A little powder blue there. That mask Angel's got on is pretty stylish.
A rare hitless game for Whit Merrifield last night, 0 for 4. And he comes out swinging tonight and skies it to the left side of the infield. Manny Machado brings it down. 1 pitch, 1 away for Dylan Bundy.
Whitley said before that sometimes he'll go to sleep the night before and he knows he's leading off. He thinks about and meditates on that first pitch of the game, and it's worked. He's had a couple of first pitch home runs this year.
Lorenzo Cain doubled and scored in the first inning last night, and that would be the only run for KC. Cain batting second again tonight. Taking all the way, strike 1 from Dylan Bundy. At the outside, no balls, 2 strikes. It has been a good road trip for the Royals. They are 5-2. And Lorenzo Cain has hit .375 through Detroit, Boston, and now Baltimore. Bundy missed his target badly, and Cain fouled it away. Still no balls, 2 strikes.
Bundy doesn't have a lot of deception to his windup. He's kind of just wears back. He does have a little long arm action. He holds the ball down a little bit like Jimenez did yesterday. If you watch him when he separates and he right at the low point there.
Check swing. Machado throws him out. And he's one of the best in the league.
Locaine, you know, he has a knack for getting infield hits this year. He got one there. Once he gets by the pitcher, you think for sure that's a knock, but not with Machado over there. He's quick with his footwork, and he's got a tremendous throwing arm. He can throw from any angle.
He has won 2 Gold Gloves in his career, including the Platinum Glove in 2013. Melky Cabrera 0 for 4 and returning to the Royals last night. Melky has 8 career at-bats against Dylan Bundy. That is the most for any Royal. Every other Royal has 4 or fewer, so they haven't seen a lot of him. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is just Bundy's 3rd career game against the Royals and 2nd start. 1-2.
Fastball is averaging at 92. Last year he was at 93, 94, so he's down a little bit with his velocity. But you can, up here, you can make a pretty good living if you can mix in all your pitches and have a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
3 up, 3 down with a strikeout. And now Ian Kennedy to the hill. He is undefeated in his last 8 starts. A lot of Royals fans just walking around downtown Baltimore. Well, the Royals lost last night, and yet it was still an accomplishment to hold the Orioles to 2 runs in 9 innings in this ballpark. Royals were able to keep Baltimore in the ballpark. They were without a home run, and now they'll try their luck against Ian Kennedy. We showed you his numbers at the top of the broadcast. He is undefeated in his last 8 starts. The team's hitting .207 against him over that stretch.
Fastball, curve, slider, change. He loves the heater, and he's good with it. .219 opponent's average. That's a good mark. It's because it's a 4-seamer, and it has 2-seam life to it. That means it has a little bit of run up. It seems like it's a riser. He stays behind it. He's able to repeat his mechanics. He's been really good. That ball moved in, broke his bat, first pitch. That's the way to be alive, sir. You are in the game. Wow. So he'll get some new lumber, but that's what I'm talking about, that fastball, that 4-seamer. It's got some life to it. But in his last 4 starts, Dave Island's talked him into using some more breaking balls, some more curves and sliders, and then some changes just to keep him off the heater. Seems like the only time they score off him is when they hit a home run off him. He's trying to mix him up, doing a good job of it.
Didn't quite get his arms extended, and Jones flies out to Alex in left field, one away.
Ford around the horn, Royals defense. Lorenzo Cain leads all major league outfielders with 293 putouts. Why? Because he takes great roots and he has tremendous athleticism with his speed. Very good glove as well, especially anything in the air. Now he has made 6 errors this year, and a lot of those were on bouncing balls, and he's running full speed one way to the other, and it's just kind of climbed up his arm, and he missed a few, but anything in the air, he's nails.
Down and away to Manny Machado. He had 2 doubles last night. He scored the tying run in the 5th inning. Coming home on a Jonathan Scope base hit. Just about everybody thought Danny Duffy was great last night. He gave up just that 1 run in 7 innings, but then Danny after the game said that was the most unimpressive 7-inning 1-run game I've ever pitched. Kind of tough on himself.
He is typically, but I thought he did a great job of keeping his team in the game against these powerful bats.
We'll take that every night.
Right.
Could be extra bases again for Machado. He has 3 hits in this series, all doubles.
It's carbon copy from the swing he had last night on one of his doubles. Very nice. Fastball away, middle, and he just took his hands right to it. Great head position. Able to stay inside the baseball with his bottom hand and just shoot it down there like a rocket.
Jonathan Scope, 2 hits and an RBI for him last night. He drove in the tying run against Duffy in the 5th inning on a good pitch. It was a changeup down and away, not even a strike. And Scope, who's a big man, especially for a second baseman, just reached out and served it into center field. 0-1.
Our Toyota League leaders in average with runners in scoring position. The Baltimore Orioles are good in this department. They're 2nd in the league behind the Astros. That means they're getting timely hits. If they just had a little starting pitching to go with the timely hits, they have a few more wins, it'd be closer to 500, maybe above.
And you're right when you say a little starting pitching, because they have by far the highest starters ERA in the American League. 5.8 as a team. Going to drive in another run. 78 for Jonathan Scope, and the Orioles take a 1-0 lead in the 1st inning.
It's a good fastball hitting team, and when that pitch is right there down the middle at 92, that's going to get hit hard. Kennedy's best when his fastball's right at the belt, maybe a little above the belt. He gets into trouble when he leaves it right there, like most pitchers do in this league. But the Royals had to do it. Excuse me, the Orioles did. They had to take the lead. And that's good for us. We just have another comeback win. Do the best they can to compete against Bundy.
Strike on Chris Davis, 0 for 4 last night. Although he was robbed of a 2-run home run by Lorenzo Cain in the 2nd inning. That's a solid base hit into center. Scope is going to go 1st to 3rd. And that throw ended up going nowhere, but thankfully Chris Davis holds with a single.
92, another fastball up in the zone. The Orioles are letting Kennedy know early, and I'm sure Dave Island now taking a little visit to come out to the mound is going to just remind him that these guys are looking for your heater. Bring in some breaking pitches.
That's something right there. When only Chris Sale has a lower opponent's batting average than you, that's pretty impressive. And if Ian stays on this trend, that'll be the lowest of his career. His opponent's batting average last year was .236 in his first year with the Royals, and his best ever in a season is .227. But 3 straight hits with 1 out, and now first and third to Trey Mancini. So breaking ball, and Mancini swings and misses.
He spins the ball well. Kennedy does. His breaking stuff is excellent. The league is only hitting 143 off his slider, 310 off his curve. It has a little bit bigger break to it, more depth.
You're talking about the Orioles as a team with runners in scoring position. Individually, it is not often a rookie leads the league in this category. Trey Mancini hits .413 with runners in scoring position.
No, he's scary. He's got tremendous hands, and takes them right to the ball and uses the whole field. He's not a one-dimensional hitter. Nice block by Salvi. That saved a run. And Davis advancing. Kennedy has induced 8 ground ball double plays so far this season. He'd love one here.
That stayed out over the plate. The target was down and away. Scope scores. Davis will stop at third. It's 4 straight hits for Baltimore, and their lead is 2-0, and they have runners at second and third with 1 out.
Jumping all over it. 85 up in the zone, right over the middle of the plate. First inning can be tough when you don't know exactly where your pitches are going to go, how you're commanding them, seeing which ones are working, and so far it doesn't look like many of them are.
And here's Tim Beckham, his first at bat with his new team, and he takes a strike. That didn't hit the target. Salvi had a target toward the outside part of the plate. Beckham .259 overall, but in his last 16 games with the Rays, .148.
Change of scenery could work for him. Hopefully not here.
Jammed him, and he fouls it away.
Ian needs a strikeout. Now Ian has 90 strikeouts and 103 2/3 coming in. So he can strike batters out, that's for sure. He needs one here. We saw Dave Island talking with Drew Butera. They're going over Kennedy right now, talking about him, how maybe he could find a way to miss some Birds bats.
One and two. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tim Beckham was the first overall pick in the draft in 2008. This year was his 10th year in the Rays organization. He didn't get to the big leagues until 2013. Two and two. Salvi nods his head He liked where that location was, a changeup down and in. Beckham just wouldn't go for it.
Beckham had a lot of at bats in the minors. Just didn't feel the expectations of the Rays.
Got a play at the plate. Davis is out. No other advance. Would you have predicted the contact play with Chris Davis at third base and the infield in?
No, a little surprised by that. That's just an easy out. Escobar playing halfway just gives him a little bit more room in case the ball goes to his left or right with a runner at second. That's an easy out. They'll take it. Every time you get to third base, the third base coach, there's a situation, especially with less than 2 outs. They let you know. Sometimes they'll let you know when the ball's hit even. But most of the time they'll say, hey, you're going on contact.
Here's the veteran Seth Smith. He's the designated hitter tonight. First and second, 2 down. He was available on the bench last night. Joaquin Soria was on the mound in the 9th inning. And Craig Gentry, the number 9 hitter, who was hitting under 200 when the game started. But Gentry got the opportunity and drove in Caleb Joseph to win it. 1-2. On Wednesday at Detroit, Ian Kennedy gave up 1 run, 3 hits in 6 innings. Tonight, the Orioles have 2 runs, 4 hits in the first inning.
25th pitch coming. Smith likes to pull the ball. That's his strength, but with 2 strikes he'll fight him off just like he tried to there. Merrifield knows that he's out in shallow right field, playing him to pull, dead pull. Melky's got 8 outfield assists in right.
Moustakas doesn't get there. Looked like he may have been slowing down at the end there, thinking it's Salvador Perez. He really wasn't hit that high.
No, and you know, Moose looked down once, looked twice, and didn't get to it. He was playing Seth Smith over, not quite at shortstop, but he had a pretty good run. There's an out, though, that Kennedy would have liked to have had.
Still 1-2 on Seth Smith. With 1 out, Machado doubled. Scope singled him home. Davis singled. Mancini doubled. That drove in Scope. And now Mancini's at second. Beckham's at first. This is pitch number 28 for Kennedy in the first. And another foul ball.
Kennedy wasn't expecting to have to work this hard here in the first inning. Man, Orioles, they're on him. They're making him use his whole arsenal. Fastball, curve, slider, change.
breaking ball. So it took 29 pitches, but Kennedy is done with the first. Royals were 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. So it's Hosmer, Perez, and Moustakas coming up. Two 2-0 Orioles as the Royals begin the month of August. In the month of July, Eric Hosmer was in the driver's seat. Kia puts us in the driver's seat. And now Hosmer put an end to July with a 6-game hitting streak where he hit 500. He drove in the Royals run in the first inning last night. The Royals went 16-10 in the month of July this year after having the worst July of any major league team last year. Two, but nobody had a better July than Joe Goldberg.
Well, that's because I got to watch these guys play every single day. Think about Mike Moustakas, second in the American League in July in homers. Whit Merrifield tied for the most extra base hits in the month, and he was third in the American League in hits in the month of July. Eric Hosmer was second, and that's a bit of history. Hadn't happened for a long time that two Royals in one calendar month finish in the top 3 in hits in the month. It's only happened 3 times. So you go back to 1981, the last time Amos Otis and George Brett, and in 1980 Willie Wilson and George Brett. It had been many, many years before these guys were born since we've seen production like that. Hosmer, he saw it. I told him, he flexed his muscle, and right there, he'll take some luck.
Yes, he will. Dylan Bundy was not able to feel it cleanly, and he almost put Hosmer on second base with an ill-advised throw. It's a base hit. Yep. It was almost a base hit and an error.
Anytime you touch it barely and you can see it, he's chasing it down. His Bundy, just put that in your pocket. You got to know the speed of the runner as well. He almost cost himself an error there. That's Oz's 12th infield hit. He has speed.
Salvi with Hosmer at first, nobody out. He was 0 for 4 last night. (0-1). Still 1 home run shy of 22, which would match his career high from last year. He leads all major league catchers with 21 home runs and with 64 driven in. (1-1).
He hit his last home run over the Green Monster in Fenway, right down there where they're trying to pitch him. And after that home run, the Red Sox pitchers all tried to get him above the belt with fastballs. They said, we're not going to go down there anymore, that nitro zone. So if you can, Salvo can get drop the head of that bat down there and lift it over the 7-foot wall out there. It's pretty easy to hit home runs here. I mean, hitting a baseball is not easy, but the dimensions are reachable. Plus the fence is 7 feet, like I said. Right field's 21 feet. You got a little space there.
Backhanded by Beckham. He throws wide of the bag. But Scope, who's a big man, able to keep his foot on the bag. The Orioles almost ended up with no outs on that play, but they get Hosmer at second.
Did a nice job getting to it. Scope did a better job of staying on the base there. That throw took him way over towards the first base side. He's able to steal there. You know, Beckham, we talked about how took him a long time to get to the majors with the Rays. He's been with them for a long time. He made 152 errors in the minor leagues, Tim Beckham. Playing shortstop, second base, third base. They weren't really sure where to put him. One of the reasons it took him so long to get there.
Off of Davis' glove. Beckham now stretches for the force out at second base. Mike Moustakas is on with 2 down. 3-6 to force out Salvador Perez. 2 down.
To Hopper. And you know, Davis wasn't exactly in a great throwing position. He looks like he was throwing darts up there.
Brandon Moss with a runner at first. 2 down. A little bit inside, ball 1. 0 for 2 with a walk last night. Moss has now reached base safely in 12 straight games.
Moss has a home run in 2 at-bats against Bundy.
And Bundy has given up his share of home runs, 21 in under 120 innings. Jammed him. Easy play for Scope, and that's the inning. was in Miami last night. Gio Gonzalez, who is from Miami, took a no-hitter into the 9th inning, and D. Gordon spoiled it with a leadoff single. And he was pumped up because it was a 1-0 game. So that was leadoff man on in the 9th inning in a 1-0 game. But Washington would hang on and win 1-0. Gio Gonzalez played high school baseball against Eric Hosmer's older brother Mike. Eric Hosmer's first major league at bat was against Gio Gonzalez.
Wow. Danny, I heard him mention Jose Fernandez as well. You know, there's a deep hole that those pitchers, Ace, Ventura for our team, and then Fernandez. Those losses will never be forgotten, will never be replaced.
1-1 on Wellington Castillo, out in front of a changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He has hit safely in 9 of his last 10 since the All-Star break, hitting .395. Two and 2. Kennedy gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 doubles in the bottom of the 1st inning. Jonathan Scope and Trey Mancini drove in the runs. Fouled away. Wellington Castillo was on the disabled list in early June. Well, I'll let you look it up.
No, I know. Thankfully, I'm not familiar with the injury, but he got hit in a tender spot, put him out for a while.
That'll happen when you're a catcher. Kane makes a play in center field, 1 down. That happens a lot, but it's rare to go on the disabled list. So you're talking about a big boy injury when you go on the DL.
No doubt about it.
It's the one injury where everyone's laughing when it happens, which I never understood.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Joey Rickard. He had 2 hits last night. 2 out of 4. He's batting 9th tonight. Hosmer goes into foul territory. 2 up, 2 down for Kennedy in the 2nd. Baseball proudly supports the ALS Home Health Initiative, which provides in-home care to those affected by Lou Gehrig's disease. Go to MLB.com/for-Pete's-sake to learn more.
They need to find a cure.
Adam Jones flied out to left field in the 1st inning. That's deep into the left field corner and just beyond Alex's reach. They ran into that fan in the 1st row.
Yeah. Apologize to her. Knew exactly where he was. At last minute peek there, and he said, "Excuse me, ma'am." All right. Way to go, Alex. Way to be a gentleman.
I don't remember him going back into the stands in Chicago after he leveled that White Sox fan.
Not
when
in
he
Chicago.
made that great catch.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just flattened that guy. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Showing his gentler side there.
Full count on Jones. Manny Machado is on deck. Machado doubled and scored in the first inning. He already has 3 doubles in the series. Backing out of play. '18 will be for the Orioles what this year is for the Royals. Adam Jones, Manny Machado, Zach Britton will all be free agents next year. Adam Jones has been here for a long time. We were here when he signed that big contract extension. Coming over in a trade with the Seattle Mariners, where he was groomed to be a shortstop. Got a 6-year deal in the middle of the 2012 season. The Royals were in town at the time. It was the richest contract in Orioles history. Good offensive player, good defensive player, great in the community.
Yep. That's why you get a net over your dugout.
Yeah.
Just like that. Yep.
Well, we've been crying. Well, I've been crying for more netting for years behind the dugouts. You are really putting yourself in a bad spot these days when you don't. When other teams are, and you're saying, we're not going to do it. You are really setting yourself up for criticism. Moustakas gets to the railing, and it's on the roof. I think in the big picture that fan is all right. Just maybe took a foul ball off the top of the head, so maybe created a cut. So the first aid department of Camden Yards is here, helping out that fan. Is so dangerous. Base hit left field. So that means Machado comes up with a man on.
He won that on the 10th pitch. You can tell he's seeing Kennedy real well, but look where all these pitches are. All these pitches are up in the zone. Everything's up, and he's having a hard time commanding tonight.
He is 32 years old today. One of the most popular players in Major League Baseball, not just in his own market, but with other players around the league. So here's Machado. He doubled twice, scored a run last night, and he doubled in the first inning tonight and scored the first of Baltimore's 2 runs. Breaking ball down and away, ball 1. Batting average is way down, but run production just about the same from a year ago.
We talked about it a little bit last night about coming off of the WBC for the Dominican team, and he was swinging for the fences for the first month of the season. And when you do that, it takes you away from the opposite field hits, the lousy singles, and that's what improves your average. And he was hitting for power, and it wasn't working. So he's trying to adjust to who he really wants to be. We all know he can play a heck of a defense, and he's got some pop.
Yes, he does. And Kane is at the track, and he's got it. On the 50th pitch thrown by Kennedy tonight. 2-0 Baltimore at the end of 2. In the 3rd inning. A reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Escobar, Gordon, and Merrifield in the 3rd inning against Dylan Bundy. Ball for strike 1.
Royals being a little bit aggressive on Bundy. They're swinging awfully early in the count. Might want to see a few pitches. They can throw some strikes.
Dylan Bundy's ERA was 4.53 coming into tonight. That just tells you part of the story. He got off to a really good start, and now it's been a struggle for him for a while. 6-4, 2.93 ERA in his first 12, and now 3-4 and an ERA over 7 in his last 8, and that includes giving up 7 runs and 2 home runs to Houston on Sunday.
Lack of command and staying in the middle. Fastball command was off. Looks a little better tonight.
Still 2-2. Orioles last night on defense turned 3 double plays, 2 of which with Alcides Escobar at the plate. Where did that register on the grid? Did it register on the grid?
Well, I don't know, but Castillo, the catcher, he was sitting way in. And that was way up and away.
I can't believe it was that close.
Yeah. Esky got a piece of it. Tell you, he's in swing mode.
Full count. Dylan Bundy was the 4th overall pick in the 2011 draft. He went 1 pick in front of Bubba Starlin. Drilled into right center field. Rickard is back, and he's got it on the way. Every Friday home game at Kauffman Stadium through August is Buck Night and summer fireworks. So all the hot dogs and peanuts you want for $1 a piece. Presented by Price Chopper and Heinz. And then fireworks after the game presented by Popsicle and Price Chopper. We will see you this Friday. It's the Royals and the Mariners, and you can get your tickets at Royals.com or by calling 1-800-6-ROYALS. Alex back to the middle. Been doing a lot of that lately. 1 on, 1 out.
And I watch him how short he is to the ball with his swing. That's very look. That pitch was right where he wanted to put it, well located down away from him. Alex really doing much better. See loading on his back foot right here. He's loading up pretty well, but he's getting more weight on his front side. That's the key. He's staying up the middle and through the ball. Dale Swaim has been working on him staying on his front side more.
He takes off on the first pitch, and the ball skips into center field, and Alex will be at third with 1 out. And that did not look like a great jump. I think a good throw, and he's out.
Yeah, no question. And Wellington, he's thrown out 44% of runners this year. He's got a really good arm catch and throw. He just short hopped and whiffed it. That was a little bit of a long hop for the second baseman to try to pick that. Short hops are better. Alex might have got a strawberry.
So stolen base error 2 to put a runner at third base. Witt popped to third in the first inning. Breaking ball hangs high. Two and 1. Talking about the Royals July as a team and some of the individuals. Look at this. Whit Merrifield, 18 extra base hits and 9 stolen bases. 1 of 2 in the American League. Since 2012, Mike Trout was the other one. Merrifield drives in Alex Gordon. It is 2-1. Just the second time since 2002, I should say. Mike Trout did it in 2012. 18 plus extra base hits, 9 stolen bases in 1 month.
Yeah, you have your name attached anywhere near Mike Trout's, you know you're doing something. And Whitley picks up that RBI right here. Nice steal by Gordon and advancing on the air. 46th stake for Whitley.
So the stolen base in the air comes back to bite the Orioles, and now Lorenzo Cain. Got to see the athleticism and the throwing arm of Manny Machado on a little check swing by Cain in the first inning. I agree with you. When Lorenzo Cain gets a ball by the pitcher on a check swing, that's a base hit.
It is.
But Machado, who really is a shortstop playing third, he got to it, and he has as much arm strength throwing sidearm as anybody in baseball. Maybe anybody I've ever seen.
Beltre, future Hall of Famer, has the same kind of throwing strength from down under. Watch this. Now, anytime he does that, now look at the quickness just to get to it. He took a perfect angle, great route, and he's a little bit like Salvi. He can pick that ball up off the ground and whip it with a lot of velocity on it. That's Gold Glove play, without a doubt.
1-1 on Kane. I mean, how many third basemen even get to that ball?
Yeah,
as quickly as he did.
Not many. He's young and he has tremendous range. Whitley with 17 steals. He could steal the base outright. Lorenzo Cain, this count here, he wants to get something up he can drive.
Line drive to right field. Rickard comes up to make the play. So tough hitting luck for Cain. 2 down. And here's Melky, still looking for his first hit since rejoining the Royals. Bundy struck him out with a slider to end the first inning. What is Angel Hernandez doing? You see that?
He's trying to find a good toe hole back there. And lots of times they're going to get on the inside part where they see the ball better.
Oh, right before the pitch is coming in.
He needs one of those
fidget spinner, yeah.
Fidget spinner.
Scope backhands and flips to Beckham to end the inning. The Royals are on the board. Alex Gordon single, steals a base. Merrifield gets him home. Royals baseball on Fox Sports Kansas City is brought to you by the Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickup on the road. Find yours at your local Mid-America Chevy dealer. By the Missouri Lottery, every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Ford, going further so you can. Very similar to Kansas City, where the Major League Baseball team and NFL team share the same complex. Not quite as much parking here as back home, but they're right across the parking lot from one another. The Orioles and the Ravens. Jonathan Scope drove in Manny Machado in the first inning, his 78th RBI of the year. That is second in the American League.
He's got quick hands, good level swing, great balance. Scope's a fine player. And you know, his arm for second base, is really strong. He could play on the left side of the infield with no problem. He's got as good arm as Machado. Now they could argue about that, but he's really a nice talent.
Kennedy got him to pop a changeup up, and Kane makes a play in center field. One away, so Ian has steadied himself after giving up 2 runs in the first inning. He has never beaten the Orioles, but that bottom note is important. It has been 9 years since he has started against the Orioles. This is one of just 3 teams he has never beaten, also the Rangers and the Blue Jays. So that was a very young Ian Kennedy, as in 23 years old the last time he faced the Baltimore Orioles, and his pitching coach was Dave Island.
Really?
Dave Island had a young Ian Kennedy, a young Jabba Chamberlain, a young Phil Hughes.
That's right.
Phil Hughes had a tough time staying healthy. Jabba Chamberlain became a reliever, and then the Yankees tried to start him again, and then he had injury problems. And as Dave said, Ian was just kind of steady as she goes. Hosmer to Kennedy. They're 2 down, and now is a number that goes with the steady as she goes. This is 245 starts for Kennedy tonight since 2010. That's the 3rd most in the major leagues over that stretch. He has had very few injuries that have kept him out for a long period of time.
Well, when you watch his windup, you watch his delivery, he's really smooth, compact, and he repeats his delivery well. You hear him, pitching coaches talk about that. Well, he doesn't have the ability to repeat his mechanics. And so that means from one pitch to the other, you're doing different stuff in there. He doesn't do that. He's polished. Look at that nice finish. That's a good pitch there. Wouldn't give him. Look at Kennedy. He's shaking his head at Angel. That's a good spot. But he's out over the front. When you're over that front leg like that and you're able to finish your pitches, he's got late life that comes in to righties and away to lefties.
Two 2-0 on Trey Mancini.
Here he is. Watch the separation. Right here over the rubber. He's going to separate, stay on top, drive down, finish out front.
2-1. Mancini drove in the Orioles' 2nd run in the 1st inning. 3 balls, 1 strike. The only real injuries Kennedy's had in his career have been leg related, and he had a hamstring issue this year. But back in 2009, he had an aneurysm in his right biceps, which was surgically repaired. Mancini is on with 2 down. You start using that word, I mean, that puts more fear into your mind of not being able to throw a baseball.
Yeah, that's serious. And then he had that little hamstring groin this year that bothered him, and that really set his season back early. Now he's able to have a nice rebound and come back from that, but that was an injury he told me that he wasn't used to coming back from. He'd had a hamstring before that a few years ago, but that injury this year messed him up, and he didn't go out on a rehab assignment after, and I think that slowed him down as well. He could have used a couple of rehab starts.
Beckman takes a strike. Well, when you were just showing his delivery, it's clear how much he uses his legs. And the leg that he injured is what is referred to as the drive leg, the one that's up against the slab. The other time he had a hamstring problem, it was his stride leg. 1-1 on Beckham.
Just pull that one a little. And you know, the reason he didn't go on a rehab start, Duffy was out. He felt pressure to come back. He felt good enough to pitch, and he wanted to help the team. And just wasn't helping himself.
A little bit outside, 2-1. Pitch count will be a concern tonight. 65 in 2 2/3 innings. 50 of which came in the first 2 innings. Changeup. 2-2 on Beckham.
Good spot there for it, especially after the fastball. You see the movement. Watch it go down and in. Yeah. Deception.
And a fastball got him looking. So 2 scoreless innings after giving up 2 in the first.
How about it? Watch Max Scherzer. We go down to Miami. Scherzer, the pitcher. Short, compact swing. Got some back underside. He hit the home run, but he left the game after the first inning. An apparent injury. Home run looked nice, but man, you would hope, and Washington would hope, that their ace is going to be available to pitch again.
Eric Hosmer leads off the 4th inning. He had an infield single in the 2nd. Base hit number 130 for him. And now batting .325. Second only to Jose Altuve in the American League. One and one.
He's tough to pitch to. They've been trying to get him in there all year long. And he's done a nice job of backing off. He's taking his walks. I mean, he doesn't have an extraordinary amount of walks, 38, but he's not up there just flailing and bailing. He waits for his pitch. He's been aggressive in the strike zone.
Backhanded by Scope. One down. Support the local arts community and join the Royals for Arts Day at Kauffman Stadium. That's coming up on Sunday. Enjoy fun pregame activities and the outfield experience as the Royals showcase the Kansas City art scene. Each Arts Day at the K theme ticket provides a $5 donation to the Arts KC Fund. Royals.com/theme tickets for more information. That'll be the Royals and the Seattle Mariners on Sunday. Gerard Dyson's return to Kansas City begins on Thursday. Royals and Mariners for 4. And then the first 2 games of the I-70 series will begin next Monday. 2 in Kansas City, followed by 2 in St. Louis. Oh, 2. Castillo is on it. 2 down. Here's another Royal that had a big month of July. Our Kubota Power stats. Mike Moustakas, 9 home runs. Tied for 2nd in the American League. 21 driven in. That was tied for 4th in the American League as he reached 30 home runs for the first time in his career.
Yeah, it's been impressive. Watch him go. Bundy been getting ahead. He's 10 of 14 in first pitch strikes. Getting right after him.
One and one. Orioles figure he's going to pull the ball. His base hit last night was a single to left field.
Hasn't hit an opposite field home run in a while. This is a good place to do it.
Three and one.
318 down the right field line, 333 down the left. Power alleys are nice. 364.
That is outside for a 2-out walk. That is Bundy's first walk tonight. Bundy got Moss to pop out to second base in the second inning. Didn't mean to, and he almost got a base hit inside third base.
No luck.
Fastball got him looking. That is Bundy's second strikeout. He has given up 1 run in 4 innings.
Lead. Joel Goldberg back at Camden Yards. We'll let HUD talk about the moon in a minute. I would like to update Chesler Cuthbert's Health, University of Kansas Health System injury report update. Chesler had gone down for that rehab assignment, was pulled off of it with a little bit of a setback last week, resumed action tonight, or today went 1 for 5 with a solo home run, so positive signs there. And the very simple and quick report that I got was hit a bomb and felt good. So hopefully we see Chesler back up here soon.
Well, the felt good part is the most important one. It was a rough start to the season for Chesler. Now you wonder how long he was swinging the bat with a sore wrist. And then all of that part-time playing after doing nothing but basically playing all day or every day as a professional.
It's been a good learning experience for Chesler this year. When he gets back here, we'll get Joel to sit down with him and tell us what he's learned, how hard it really can be being a baseball player, not playing full time.
Ian Kennedy got the first out near the bottom of the first inning, and then the Orioles had 4 straight hits and took a 2-0 lead. And now Ian has retired 7 of the last 9, 50 pitches in the first 2 innings. He struck out Seth Smith to end that first inning, and now Smith did not do a good job of getting his elbow out of the way, and that hurts.
Yeah, look at the seams. You can see them. Ouch. Worn those before. A lot of hitters nowadays wear a little pad there. It's like a soccer shin guard, but it looked like to me like he didn't realize it was coming in there, and he just dropped into it. It looked like he fell right into it. Might have a pad on there next time. Ouch.
I've seen hitters do a better job of getting their elbow out of the way.
Yeah, that's for sure. He will next time, and he might have a pad on it next time. That's head athletic trainer Richie Bancel's been there for over 30 years for the Orioles. Yeah, it's only going to get worse. Just get a little ice on it after the game. Tape and aspirin on it.
We've joked before when a hitter is willing to take one, and we say he did everything humanly possible to get out of the way. Well, sometimes you leave that elbow out there too long and it hurts.
Yeah, it's bringing back some memories.
He was hoping for more of a glancing blow there than a direct shot to the elbow.
It's direct.
So leadoff man on for Wellington Castillo. He flied out to center field in the second inning. Wellington Castillo kind of bounced around early in his minor league career, and then his first shot in the big leagues as an everyday catcher was with the Cubs when Dale Swain was the manager.
Yeah, he's in his 6th year in the big leagues, and he's having a good season. Hitting 280, 232 ABs. That's a little bit more than part-time. 10 homers. 32 ribbies. And he's throwing out 44% of runners, which is a great mark. Anything over 30 is good.
Off of Kennedy, who may have time to get an out, and he does.
Ouch.
Where did that get him?
Leg somewhere. Nice recovery, though. Good athleticism to bounce off that mound and pick up the out.
You know what I mean, Rick? Why can't that scenario that I created happen?
Right there on the
Hey,
wall.
Did that hit him in the buttocks?
It's a good place to get hit, though. You're going to get hit.
Pretty good play, too.
Yeah, it was.
Off
Like
balance,
I said,
throwing sidearm over first.
Showing some athleticism.
Yeah. So he needs just one pitch and tells Nick Kenny, Ned Yost, and Dave Island he's all right. On the play, Seth Smith goes to second base. And here's Joey Ricker, who fouled out to Hosmer in the second inning. Two to 1 Orioles in the bottom of the fourth. This is the 5th game between the two teams this year. The first 4 were decided by 1 run. The Royals swept the Orioles back in KC in the middle of May, all 1-run games, and then Baltimore won last night 2-1 here. Fastball for a strike to Ricker. Another test for Kennedy, and again with a nice athletic play. Looking more like a shortstop than a pitcher. Rickard is out. Smith goes to third.
Yeah, and if he pulls that throw down the line, that gives the Orioles another run. And when you don't have your feet underneath you like this, and sometimes that happens. But he's hot. He's 2 for 2 now. 2 plays in a row. Look at that. Whoa. Fancy.
More time.
He did. He had a lot more time.
But he was feeling it.
Yeah, and so he's not afraid to play baseball. That's what he's doing. He's just out there reacting and playing. He's not thinking. That's good. Let the skills take over.
Outside ball 1. Adam Jones is flied to left and single to left. Breaking ball stayed up and into left field. That'll drive in Smith, and the Orioles have another 2-run lead. Adam Jones has a 2-hit game.
Our Missouri Lottery Fox track shows you the breaking ball hung. It hung right up in the middle. Whenever it hangs, any hitter like as qualified as Jones is, he's not going to miss it. And he just happened to hit the hole.
Ned Yost and Dave Island talk it over as Kennedy will be making his 80th pitch. And while 80 by itself doesn't sound like a big number, it's 80 pitches in 4 innings. And now a dangerous hitter, Manny Machado, usually a dangerous hitter, but even more so. 2 doubles last night, a double and a line drive to the warning track in center field tonight. Laid off the breaking ball, 2-0. Scott Alexander warms up. 2 batters from now is Chris Davis. So if we get to Davis in this inning, it looks like it'll be Scott Alexander. 2-1. Fastball went down to a knee, swung so hard. 2-2.
Got a little giddy up on that four-seamer.
Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Jonathan Scope is on deck. He's driven in a run tonight. And 78 this year.
Kenny, careful with that breaking ball. You don't want to hang that. Trying to hit a spot with his fastball. Pop him up.
Ooh. Just wide of third base.
We've seen Jones through there a couple times now. He fouls a few of these 3-2 pitches off, and Adam Jones is going to be tired. He was all the way to third base. He thought that ball. He thought he was scoring on that. See if we can get him worn out.
Running again. Grounded up the middle. Escobar got a glove on it. Jones is going to dig for 3, and that was a mistake. So Jonathan Scope and his 78 RBIs is left in the on-deck circle as the bottom of the 4th comes to a close.
Nice effort here. Escobar, look how quick. Oh, that was nice. Great accuracy on the throw.
Inning. Let's do a game break and go out to Boston, where the Cleveland Indians had a 5-0 lead into the bottom of the second inning, and Boston scored 5 against Carlos Carrasco. They finally got that resolved. Brock Holt tagged out by Yan Gomes. So you get 5 against Chris Sale in the first 2 innings, and you think, man, we got it made tonight. But here we are, tied at 5 in the bottom of the 4th. The Royals trail Cleveland by 2.
Okay.
Escobar goes after a first pitch slider. Husky flied to right in the 3rd inning. Fastball a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dylan Bundy is in great shape with his pitch count, having thrown just 56 pitches. That's inside, 2-1. Dylan Bundy from Owasso, Oklahoma. That's about 230 miles south of KC. One down in the 5th inning. Hey, it's about time you showed off your classic car at Kauffman Stadium. Come out to the ballpark Sunday, August 20th for our 8th annual Cruise to the K Classic Car Show and Exhibit. When you register your car for the show, you'll receive 2 game tickets, a parking pass, a dash plaque, and a commemorative T-shirt, all for just $45. You can register right now at royals.com/carshow. Brian Flynn, Royals lefty, also from Owasso, Oklahoma. Alex broke his bat. Rickard runs it down. Alex is 1 for 2. Hud, when you were a kid growing up in Fresno, what did you used to do to stay in shape?
Swam.
Exercise.
We swam at the high school, paid a quarter. Rode our bikes to the high school and paid a quarter to get in. Could swim all day.
So you didn't flip truck tires or carry around 75-pound sandbags or push wheelbarrows full of dirt for exercise?
No, I wasn't into that. And now I did do work on the weekends in the yard with my dad, because that was part of my job in the family. But look,
that's what Dylan Bundy did in Owasso, Oklahoma, growing up on 15 acres out there.
Did he know he wanted to be a big league pitcher? Because he probably had an idea of doing all that kind of work. That built his core, that lower half too, his legs. Look how strong he is. I knew in the 5th grade I wanted to be a professional athlete. I didn't know what sport.
Big rip by Witt.
Like 80% of the other 5th graders.
Right.
Never know. But my advice is to go outside and play. Play the sports. Have fun. In the backyard. Pickup games are fun.
That was supposed to be up and in. And it missed down and away.
Orioles offense just not clicking like it was in Boston. Ubaldo Jimenez last night, he was really good. He was mixing his pitches. His split finger was effective. He had movement on his 2-seam fastball.
Lifted to Jones in center field, who casually goes back a few steps. 3 up, 3 down in the 5th inning. of the 5th inning at Camden Yards. We hope to see you at Kauffman Stadium Tuesday. It's our next T-shirt Tuesday. It's the Royals and the Cardinals, and the first 10,000 fans receive a special Show Me Showdown T-shirt presented by State Farm. Get your tickets right now at Royals.com/T-shirt Tuesday.
All right, now when pitcher gets on the rubber and he starts to throw the ball, get off the phones and watch, because you're right over that dugout and there's no screen. At least you have a chance to duck if you see it coming.
Big rip. And a 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Is that what that was, or was that a slider?
Not sure what it was. It could have been a BP fastball. I mean, you just take a little bit off the regular fastball. Change the speeds.
90 pitches for Kennedy. He allowed 2 in the first inning. And then gave up a 2-run RBI single to Jones in the 4th. Scope, Mancini, and Jones have driven in the Orioles runs. Merrifield, the Royals run. That's slash foul. Base hit right field. Good swing. Leadoff man on. And our sprint trivia question. Name the 2 Orioles to lead the American League in stolen bases. Think that one over as Ned Yost comes out. And with Chris Davis coming up, Scott Alexander is coming in. So Ian Kennedy goes 4+ innings and departs with a runner at first base, nobody out in the 5th. Scott Alexander, a Chevy call to the bullpen. Royals dip into the bullpen with nobody out in the 5th inning. Jonathan Scope is at first base. Scott Alexander comes on for the 30th time, and the first man he will get is Chris Davis.
Let's see what Alexander can keep that sinker down and roll it over. He's a sinker ball specialist, and when the hitter makes contact, and he wants him to, he pitches to contact, they hit the top of the ball. Opponent average 228. Alexander been pretty good. He's got 33 strikeouts in 41 innings.
Chris Davis singled and grounded out against Kennedy. Outside, ball 1.
Another guy with some reverse splits, Scott Alexander.
That is foul, 1-1.
Keep that down. But left-handers have hit Alexander better, at least from an average standpoint. There, a lot better. Righties, those are the guys he likes, because they try to all pull his pitches, and that ball's sinking down, and they hit the top of the ball and they roll it over. They keep it down here on this guy Davis. He can hurt you. Hitting lefties, Davis is better for average, but not for power.
One down.
There's the occasional slider.
We presented our sprint trivia question right before Scott Alexander entered. 2 Orioles have led the league in stolen bases. We bring that up because Baltimore has 20 stolen bases this year, last in the league. And last season they had 19 the whole year. So there are the leaders this year. I'll take a stab at it. The clue was someone has been somewhat recent. The other one was a ways back.
Did you guess Paul Blair?
I did guess. Well, off air.
Okay.
Is it Paul Blair? No.
How about Brian Roberts? Ding,
Brian
ding,
Roberts.
Ding, ding. Okay. We need one more.
Don Buford. No.
Al Bumbry.
0-2 on Mancini. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So he was a while ago.
This is 2017, you know, so it's kind of hard to take, HUD, but I guess like the 80s is a while ago, right? I mean,
it just depends.
I mean, when I think a while ago, I'm thinking 60s, 70s,
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm thinking.
shoot, the 90s were a while ago.
Yeah.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Alexander. 2 down in the 5th inning.
Well, Lottery Fox Track showed you that ball was nice. Nicely placed. 94. That's a hard sinker.
You got another guess? You guessed one in between innings. That might have been
Brian Roberts. I think that was the one.
Yeah, but you guessed another one.
Alan Wiggins.
Is it Alan Wiggins? No. Tim Beckham in his first year at the Orioles, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. This won't be easy. And Escobar kicks it to Alexander, who throws back to second. That'll go down as an infield single for Beckham.
Wouldn't have had him anyway. Scotty trying to pick him off there.
Well, I guess he's qualified for the elbow pad.
Yeah.
Drilled last time up.
Little tender, little protection there now, but he doesn't have the little shin guard, soccer shin guard protector there. A lot of guys wear. That's got a little more beef on it. A little more beef. That is nice. What a nice windup and delivery that is. Scott Alexander, he's been a huge bright spot to Ned Yost in that bullpen. He's got it going on. You can rely on him for 1, 2, 3 innings sometimes. And they're going to need some length. Look at that. That's firm. Let's check his delivery out. Very nice. Brings it up. Head position's good. Now he's going to start driving down, separates out over the rubber, and now he's going to finish over the top of that sinker. That's just 90% sinkers. The way he holds the grip and holds that ball, it's a one-seamer. When the hitter sees it coming in, it's going down. Ooh, except for that one. Watch out.
Was Mark Belanger fast? Not fast enough. It is not Mark Belanger.
Did I already guess Brady Anderson?
Now you have. It is incorrect.
Even the second time wasn't right.
That's trouble. That is the shortest left center field in the league. It stays in, and now it bounces away. 2 runs are going to score. Scope and Beckham on the double from Seth Smith, and the Orioles lead 5-1.
Well, you can just tell the sound, and that's the very few times that Alexander gets the ball up, it doesn't sink, and Locane had it off the end of the glove. He started slowing down a little bit as he got to the 364 mark and just couldn't glove it. It's too bad. That's a big part of the game there, man. That would have been huge to get out of the inning.
One run is charged to Kennedy, 1 run to Alexander. Wellington Castillo is 0 for 2. 5-1 Orioles in the 5th inning. So Kennedy's line is 4 innings, 4 runs, 8 hits. There's a base hit into center field for Castillo. And the Orioles have 3 in the 5th inning. You're going to see this coming. Alexander came on. He struck out Davis. He struck out Mancini. And who would have thought that little dribbler by Beckham would set up a 3-run inning?
Yeah. And then 2 pitches left up, not missed by Orioles.
6-1 Baltimore in the 5th inning. Rickard takes in the dirt, ball 1. Ball, 1 strike on Rickard. Again, swings over a sinker, 1-2. There's nobody warming up in the bullpen at the moment, but Ned Yost and Dave Island are up and they're planning out the next few innings. Scope singled, and then Alexander came on and struck out Davis and Mancini. And then an infield single, a 2-run double, almost caught by Kane. followed by an RBI single by Castillo. And the Orioles have turned a 2-run lead into a 5-run lead.
Yeah. We showed you earlier how good Baltimore has hit with runners in scoring position all year long, and they're continuing it tonight.
That's going to roll deep. Castillo doesn't run well. He'll be held at third. Rickard has a double. 4 straight hits with 2 outs for the Orioles against Alexander.
Man, and all of a sudden, it's just hasn't been working the fastball there. That was off the plate about 4 inches. That's really good piece of hitting. He didn't try to do too much on that. He just went with it. Ball is elevated still, but it was off the plate. Got to give the hitter some credit for that. But Alexander, they were expecting more out of him, and they don't have anybody up in the pin. They're expecting him to get this last out here.
Adam Jones is the 8th man to come up in the inning. He has 2 hits and an RBI. And he's one of the best in the American League, hitting with runners in scoring position. And there's 2 out there for him. Castillo at third, Rickard at second. Outside for ball 1.
Man, it's his birthday today, so his birthday boy, he's got 2 hits already.
It's humid. Alexander's jersey will tell you that. Right to Escobar. And that'll do it. 8 come to the plate for Baltimore. They add 3 runs. The Royals are coming up in the 6th inning, down by 5. One lead at the top of the 6th inning as we give you a game break. Watch this. Hanley Ramirez to center field. That is Austin Jackson.
Whoa.
How about that catch?
Woo. And if he lands it, he gets a 10. What a catch. Wow. Phenomenal. Good focus.
7-5 Indians in the bottom of the 5th inning. Who would have predicted that? with Chris Sale going up against Carlos Carrasco. Kane, right center field, and it's slicing over to Rickard, coming over from right. So Lorenzo is 0 for 3 so far. Our Sonic Slam inning contestant is Kay Kovar from Gardner. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Kay wins $700. If the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Kay wins $25 grand from Sonic and the Royals.
Melky's due.
He is 0 for 2 tonight and 0 for 6 since joining the Royals before last night's game. Right to Davis, 2 down. Eric Hosmer with 2 down. Royals have 1 run, 3 hits tonight. Hosmer has one of the hits, an infield single. Gordon and Merrifield have the other 2. Merrifield is driven in the Royals run. The Baltimore Orioles, when this series began, had the highest ERA in the league, the highest starters ERA in the league. We haven't seen any glimpses of that so far. Scope runs it down in shallow right. Orioles starters have given up 2 runs in 13 innings in the first 2 games of the series. Before we get to the bottom of the 6th inning, let's answer our sprint trivia question. The 2 Orioles, only 2 in the long history of this franchise, have led the American League in stolen bases. You got one of them.
Okay, Brian Roberts.
The other one, you got to really know your Orioles history. If you come up with Louis Aparicio, who is usually connected with the White Sox, but he did it twice.
Impressive.
They've beaten us again. Manny Machado was the only Oriole who didn't bat in the 3-run 5th inning. Scott Alexander stays on. Machado is 2 out of 3. The only out he's made was a line drive to the warning track in center field. Machado, Scope, and Davis. Off the plate. And Escobar didn't get him.
See a lot of hits like that off of Alexander that are bouncers off the plate because of his great sinker. And whenever you bounce it off the rubber, the actual plate, it's rubber, you get more height on the bounce. Top it on the dirt, it's not going to bounce as high, more likely to get thrown out.
Jonathan Scope started the 5th inning with a single. He has scored twice and driven in a run. Chance for 2. Well, they're going to say that Merrifield dropped the ball in transition, but there is no reason to peel off and run out into shallow center field. And if Merrifield did indeed drop that ball, the Royals would have gotten a free out.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. Twisted his left ankle when doing that.
He did. I don't know why you just wouldn't slide. It's you're heading that direction anyway, and it's easier on your body to slide. Ooh, ouch. Yeah. And Whitley drops the ball.
And now ball 1 to Davis. So Scope is 2 out of 4. He's on with the fielder's choice. Davis is 1 for 3.
Hey, you know, you remember when Machado went in on Pedroia earlier in the season, went high on a little slide like that? Maybe he was thinking about that right there. I don't know. He might have been thinking because he was close to Whitley. It was a late slide on Pedroia, and that would have been a late slide, but he peeled off. Interesting.
That lasted for a while too.
Sure did.
Orioles and Red Sox were throwing at each other here in that series. It carried over into the next series at Fenway.
That was a mess.
Davis takes a walk, 2 on, 1 out. Well, Alexander almost got a ground ball double play from Scope. And now he needs one from Mancini with 2 on and 1 out. And remember, every time the Royals turn a double play, the next day McDouble sandwiches are only $1 at participating McDonald's in the greater KC, St. Joe, and Lawrence locations. The Royals were down 3-1 going into the 5th inning. Jonathan Scope singled against Ian Kennedy. Ned Yost went to Scott Alexander. Alexander struck out Davis and Mancini, who's batting now. So it looked like the inning was coming to a close. And now 6 of the last 8 Orioles have reached. And it was a little dribbler off the bat of Tim Beckham to short, which resulted in an infield single, which got that 3-run rally started. Ryan Buchter loosens up in the Royals bullpen.
There you go.
Here's a chance for 2. And the Royals turn it. Have at it tomorrow. KC, St. Joe, and Lawrence locations.
There you go.
Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less. The 25th anniversary of beautiful Oriole Park at Camden Yards. The Orioles are 3 games under 500. They enter tonight in 4th place, 6.5 back of the Yankees in the East. Salvador Perez takes a strike. They typically play well here. And they've won 6 of their last 8 at home. They are 10 games over 500 at home. And a little different story on the road. 13 games below 500 away from Baltimore, and that includes being swept by the Royals at Conference Stadium in May. Look out.
Bundy, he's cruising along now. He's got himself a 5-run lead. Very manageable pitch count. Efficient. 75 pitches is all. Good break.
Third strikeout for Bundy. Remember, if you can't catch a game on TV, you can stream games live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. One run, 3 hits allowed by Dylan Bundy in 6 1/3 innings. He has now knocked down 12 of the last 13 Royals. Going back to the 3rd inning. Mike Moustakas has walked and reached on a fielder's choice. Well, so much for this bad Orioles pitching staff.
Hadn't seen it. Starting staff. Yeah. And last night, the bullpen, the 2 guys they brought in, Givens and Britton, whew, they look good too.
Beckham, the shortstop, over on the right side of second base. 2 down. The Orioles tied a record earlier this year, one that you don't want to tie for a pitching staff, but they went 20 consecutive games allowing at least 5 runs. They tied the 1924 Phillies for the modern day record. They allowed just 3 in that game to the Rays, and then the next night they allowed 5. And they have the most games allowed this year, allowing 5 or more runs. The all-time record, the 1894 Louisville Colonels. Wow. 29 games in a row they allowed 5 or more runs. The old Louisville Colonels.
That's right.
How many Colonels led the American League in stolen bases?
I don't know.
Machado, the 3rd baseman, is out and called off by Mancini. 14 of the last 15 have been retired by Dylan Bundy. Royals to the bottom of the 7th. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, allows you to watch every out-of-market game live at home, in the office, or on the go. Blackout restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Neftali Feliz has a Chevy call to the bullpen. He'll get Beckham, Smith, and Castillo. Kennedy went 4 and allowed 4. Alexander went 2 and he allowed 2. And it's easy to look back at the highlights or look at your scorecard and you say, okay, where were the big hits? Where were the hits that just took the wind out of the opponent's sails? Well, you got Seth Smith, 2-run double, Wellington Castillo, RBI single. How about the infield single with 2 outs by Tim Beckham?
Yep, that hurt.
In the bottom of the 5th inning. Seemed harmless at the time, but then had Beckham grounded back to the mound or hit the ball a little harder and an easier play for Escobar, the inning is over. But what followed was Smith's 2-run double and Castillo's RBI single. Shot foul off the sidewall, 2-1.
Neftali Feliz, 90-97, good hard running fastball, slider, changeup. Feliz's last outing was in Boston on the 29th. Went 1 inning, struck out a pair. Got good life to his heater. Slider down. Changeup's deceptive.
Just outside, 3-2. Chopped out toward third and foul. Boy, Beckham did not run it out. That is not reviewable, and Mike Moustakas does not appear to be happy that that ball was called foul.
Home plate umpire Angel Hernandez, that's his call till the ball gets to the bag. Ted was helping him just in case.
To the gap in right center field. Melky cuts it off. It's off of his glove. And Beckham is into second base with nobody out.
On contact, Beckham believed he could get a double out of it. He knew. Fastball right down the middle at 97. Short compact swing. Melky got to it and then dropped it.
No official scoring yet, whether that's a single and an error on Melky or if it's just a double for Beckham. Strike 1 on Smith. He was hit on the elbow, where he's now wearing a big black elbow pad. That was back in the 4th inning, and he scored, and then he had a 2-run double and scored in the 5th. Base hit right center field. It's going to be 7-1 Baltimore. And Seth Smith has driven in 3 runs.
Clean single. Seth Smith, when he first got up there, I was sharing how he loves to pull the ball. The Royals defense played him that way, and then he hits Alexander to left center, and that one there he hit towards center field. So the Birds are putting him right where they want him.
Chop toward third, and that's foul. 0-2 on Wellington Castillo. Well, the scoreboard says 15 hits. Not see an error for the Royals, so just call it a double for Beckham.
Yeah, I'm assuming by watching Beckham, he never hesitated and kept going, so you just got to assume he had a double.
It's much easier here to pick out a Royals fan, isn't it? With the blue up against all that orange. Hey, there's a Joe Randa jersey.
You know, the Orioles fans aren't real friendly to the Royals fans. They don't like us. I think they still remember 14, how we swept. I've heard a lot of talk of that around town here from the Orioles fans. You know, and wearing the ring, you know, I like to wear the ring around, especially when we go out of town. They were saying, "Oh, that's the year you guys beat us." No, it wasn't. We beat you the year before that, in 14. You guys weren't around in 15.
That was the other ring.
Exactly. They're not happy.
Just missed outside. 1-2 on Castillo.
I'll never forget when we were here. We were assigned to post-game coverage after the game. Down the right field line, outside of the stadium, we had a little tent set up there. Fox Sports Kansas City. And the first night,
not a great spot for us.
No, the first night, you know, that's where most of the fans exited the ballpark on the side of the warehouse over there. And the first night it was quiet. They were kind of walking out. Then after we beat them the second night, that's when it was uncomfortable. And everything was good until you turned around and popped off to one of them. And I went, "Oh man, what are you doing?"
I know what you're talking about.
Don't you dare say anything to those fans.
Well,
what did you say to him? The guy said something, you know.
Well, I can't say exactly what he said to me.
Well, he was saying it to all of us.
Nice catch. Well, we're on the air. The Royals have won the first 2 games. And we're heading back to Kansas City, and some knucklehead, while we're on live, leaned his head in and said, "Kansas City bleeps."
Yeah.
So, I mean, what kind of a statement is that when we just won the first 2 games? So I said something like, "Well, what does that say about your guys?"
Yeah,
and then Hud was nervous the rest of the night. I was like, "Okay, we're dead now."
I've been around
because we were out. You're right. We were out in the middle of everybody. There was no security.
We had no chance.
Phillies strikes out Castillo, 1 down in the 7th inning. You know what, though? that response by me was probably like 25 years in the making. I've never understood why you would say another team stinks that just beat you.
Yeah.
Or let's say you just beat a team and you say that they stink. Well, if you beat a team that stinks, then who cares?
Yeah, and that's what I felt from you. I could feel you. You had a little anger pin up inside. You didn't like that. Oh, good memories.
This will be the 20th pitch of the inning for Phillies. Good swing, foul back by Rickard. 7 runs, 15 hits for the Orioles. Their season high for hits is 20. They did that in a 13-inning game against the Tigers. That was the team that the Orioles beat in 14 to advance to the championship series against the Royals. Another thing that stands out from that series is how much smarter their manager was than our manager is. Remember that?
Yep.
That big story. What was it? Wall Street Journal, was it? That big story about how the Orioles were just going to outmanage the Royals. Safe. So Smith is out at second base, and there are 2 down. All that time that the Orioles took to figure out ways to slow down the Royals running game. Remember that? They had those closed workouts. Never know when the playoffs begin. It was the chess master versus the dunce. That's how that was
Really
set up.
I don't.
How'd that work out?
Yeah, really.
And if I recall, it paid off for the Orioles. I want to say they threw out Gerard Dyson maybe twice, didn't they?
That's right, he did. Well,
Which led to the line of the American League Championship Series.
Yeah, now Buck pulled off the first baseman off the base and towards the second base bag and held him on. It was a little different look.
Kind of like leading off with him.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it was a strange look. And then we got back home. And that's when Dyson dropped the line on. Who was it that said that?
Who was that? It was a left-hand hitting outfielder who also played with the Tigers. Backup outfielder. I want to say he was with the Royals at Omaha one year. Chop foul. You know who I'm talking about?
I do.
Anyway, Dyson had been thrown out twice, and Dyson had what? Zoom on the side of his head.
Right, he had shaved it.
And this outfielder in front of all of his teammates at Kauffman Stadium, as Dyson had been thrown out twice, said, "Hey, Dyson, you're going to have to shave off." Quentin Berry was the outfielder.
That's right.
You're going to have to shave off Zoom. We've thrown you out twice. Long run, Melky Cabrera. He's got it with a diving play. And to finish the story, Dyson said, "Yeah, I'm going to shave off Zoom and replace it with Broom." And the Royals swept the Orioles.
Yeah, they did. Melky! That away. Nice play.
Earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Dylan Bundy. His ERA coming into tonight, 7.38 in his previous 8 starts. And he's given up 1 run in 7 innings, 3 hits. He has retired 14 of the last 15. Ubaldo Jimenez, who pitched last night, his overall ERA was 6.93 before the game. He allowed 1 run, 7 innings. It is 0-2 on Escobar. He is 0-4-2 tonight. That is a 3-pitch strikeout, and that is the 4th for Dylan Bundy tonight.
Anything we've hit hard has been right at him.
You know, Baltimore really has never been a friendly place for the Royals, going back to the very beginning. The Royals lost 14 of their first 16 games in Baltimore, beginning in 1969. Do you know at one point the Orioles won 23 in a row against the Royals?
Wow.
Back in the early years.
That's dominance.
The Orioles have won 9 of the last 13 regular season games here. That, of course, is excluding the 2014 playoffs. The Orioles swept the Royals here in a 3-game series last season. So the Royals' difficulties here, that goes all the way back to the very beginning, except when it really counts. 1-2 on Alex.
Bundy's a new man tonight. Catch those runs they got him early, though, in that 4th inning. That really helped him a lot. Got 2 in this first, but
just below us.
hasn't been a home run tonight or last night. This will be the 4th game at home this season without a home run by either team, if no one hits one. That's unusual for this place.
When the Royals were here last season for that 3-game series, 7 home runs were hit. 18 pitches. That is the most that Dylan Bundy has had tonight. He has had 2 other innings where he's had fewer than 10. Strikeouts, 2 down in the 8th inning. That will probably surprise nobody. The most home runs hit in the National League are in Cincinnati, and the most in the American League hit here in Baltimore. Strike 1 on Merrifield. Coors Field was not on that list.
Yeah, that's unusual. That air is thin.
That's hit well to right center, but it hangs up there for Rickard. So just as HUD said, the few balls the Royals have hit hard tonight against Bundy have been right to the Orioles defense, and now Bundy gets a big ovation. Time for the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. CC Sabathia, who got to the big leagues as a 19-year-old, makes his 500th career start tonight against the Tigers. Marcell Ozuna, it's his 25th home run. He's driven in 84. He was an all-star in his home stadium this year.
Have a year.
Cody Bellinger, 29 home runs for the Dodgers.
Wow.
Jorge Bonifacio is in left field. Alex Gordon has shifted to center, so Lorenzo Keane is done for the night. Ramon Torres takes over for Mike Moustakas at third. And the Royals' fourth pitcher tonight is Ryan Buchter.
Give a few guys a little bit of time off their feet. Buchter. Fastball slider. Ooh, watch out. Fastball, low to mid-90s. Slider cutter.
Two 2-0 on Machado. He has a 3-hit night, which includes a double and a run scored. Big rip, and he fouled it away. Be really tough to pick up the ball when you're facing Buchter. There's an old line used to describe certain pitchers who are deceiving. The ball comes out of his shirt, meaning they don't get a really good long look at the ball. Sometimes just literally comes out of the uniform. Alex has a play in center field, and he'll take care of Manny Machado.
Check out Ryan Buchter. See that? Well, he's long. Man, look at how long he's off that rubber. How long his stride is. Long strider.
Born in Pennsylvania, grew up in New Jersey.
6'3", 220.
Jonathan Scope has 2 hits and 2 runs scored. No balls, 2 strikes. Ryan's a real interesting guy to talk to when you go back and look at his career, and a 33rd round pick getting to the big leagues, and he did not get to the big leagues right away. It was his 10th year of professional baseball, and he got to the big leagues in 2014. This is rare, to be drafted that late and take that many years to get to the big leagues, and he's never been released. He's very proud of that. He never gave up on himself, just tried to get better every year. He said, there was one time I was released, but I asked for my release.
That's a good looking fastball there. Well, that's a pretty good run. Usually a team will let you know. And look at him. I mean, I'm surprised that he spent that long down there with a power arm like that. Big, Good guy, good clubhouse guy, you think? Seems like a nice guy to me.
Really has a good idea about pitching. I mean, you could talk an hour about pitching with him. You know, you read things about guys and you don't know if they're accurate or not. So I like to take them to the player and ask him, is this true?
Right.
And I'd read that he had a lot of control issues early in his minor league career. Now you have to be careful asking a professional that because they've got a lot of pride. So I asked Ryan, I said, now I wrote a note down on you that you had a lot of walks in the minor leagues. Is that true? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Sound like
there was no hemming and hawing. I mean, yeah.
Sound like your interviews with Ned sometimes.
That's right. Yeah, one word answers.
Yeah.
Next question.
Right.
Alex brings it down in center field. Buchter has a 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th.
Completed. They were all one-run games, but tonight, to this point, a blowout. See if the Royals can get a little something going here in the 9th. Joel Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery getting ready for Boulevard Royals Live, and when this one is over, we'll talk about Ian Kennedy's night. He had been pitching so well, but struggled in this one. Plus, get you ready for the series and road trip finale tomorrow. That, Ned Yost, and much more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. And guys, this is one of these questions that you probably can't get an explanation for. 5 straight losses for the Royals here at Camden Yards, and Orioles pitchers in those games, starters, have a 1.08 ERA. More of the same tonight.
Yeah, they've been good. Ubaldo Jimenez, 1 run, 7 innings last night. Dylan Bundy, 1 run, 8 innings tonight. Brad Brock will get the top of the 9th inning.
League's not doing too much off of him. 179, 2.64 ERA. Not many walks, a lot of strikeouts. He's got a good hard fastball. Low to mid-90s. Slider, split finger. 6'6", 215 on arms and legs coming at you.
2-0 on Bonifacio. Talking about Ryan Buchter getting to the big leagues as a 33rd round pick. Brad Brock was a 42nd round draft pick. That round doesn't even exist anymore.
Right.
Another New Jersey guy.
How about that? He's got a fancy glove.
2-2. Bonifacio, Cabrera, and Hosmer in the 9th inning. Still 2-2. Bonifacio is having a good road trip. He had 310 at Boston and Detroit with 6 runs scored and a home run, but Melky Cabrera has started the first 2 games of this series in right field. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball got him looking at 97. One down. Let's take a look at our Honda play of the game with 2 outs in the 5th inning.
Seth Smith, I mean, gosh, he put a great swing on it. Supposed to be a pull hitter. He hit it to left field. It looks like Locaine, a little bit squeamish of the wall there. I'm not sure, but that ball fell, and that kind of opened it up as a Honda play of the game.
Or maybe Alex charging over from left.
Possibly something, because it looked like he slowed down getting to it. Nonetheless, the Orioles, they came out hacking early in the game off of Kennedy. Scored 2 in the 1st.
Two-0 on Melky. He is 0 for 3 tonight. 0 for 7 since rejoining the Royals. Tomorrow night, the Royals will see Jeremy Hellickson, who will be making his Orioles debut after coming over to trade with the Phillies. Jason Vargas will go for the Royals. Looked like it was down. Vargas 13-4. Hellickson was 6-5 with the Phillies and a 4.73 ERA. Fouled it off of his foot. He's had a tough night tonight.
Yep.
Fouled it off his foot. He landed heavy on his right hand or wrist when he made a diving play in right field. Two on Melky. That's not Melky. Who's that? Who's that guy?
He doesn't have a flat bill.
Who is that? That's not Melky, is it?
So it's on the board. When he had a mustache.
These were the kind of at-bats the Royals had in mind when they traded for Melky Cabrera. Tough out, make the pitcher work, foul off some pitchers' pitches.
Be nice to see him get hot. When he gets hot, he's dangerous. He will. Matter of time, they'll get back on it.
This will be pitch number 10 of this at bat. Up the left field line, base hit. So just imagine in your mind a tie game or the Royals down by 1, later innings facing one of the elite relievers in the league like a Brad Brock,
right,
grinding out a 10-pitch at bat and slashing a double up the left field line.
Yep. Crowd going crazy at the K. It seems like we've been on the road for a year. Even though it's been a good road trip, it's been long.
That's a load off his shoulders. He can go into tomorrow night and not still be looking for his first hit as a Royal this season.
On the 10th pitch, that was beautiful. Good AB.
Melky back to second. Beckham throws out Hosmer. He's 1 for 4, and there are 2 down in the 9th inning. Salvi is 0 for 3 tonight. Really got to hang in there as a right-hand batter. Brock strides more toward the third base dugout than he does home plate. And those pitches are coming from behind the right-hand batter.
He's got some deception.
That's hit well to center. Jones is all the way back, and he had it, and it's off his glove, and Salvador Perez will drive in Melky Cabrera to make it 7-2.
Salvio, he'll take it. That ball, I thought, was heading to the center field, over the center field fence, but he'll take his 20th double instead. Jones is shaking his head going, really? I make those in my sleep. I don't know how he missed it. He knows exactly where he is. 2 looks, and it went off the end of his glove. Huh.
Ramon Torres bats with a runner at second, 2 down. His first at bat tonight, and Brock throws a strike. 65 driven in for Salvador Perez. Salvi should shatter his previous career high in home runs. He only needs 1 more, and he only needs 14 more RBIs to tie that career high. 0-2 on Torres. Sliced up the line, but Gentry is there, and that'll do it. So more trouble for the Royals in Baltimore. The Orioles have won the series, with the final game coming up tomorrow night. Seth Smith had the biggest hit. 2-out, 2-run double in the Orioles' 3-run 5th inning. He ended up driving in 3 in the game. Final score, Orioles 7, Royals 2. We'll be right back.